everybody, welcome into the channel. This is my first get ready with me video. I'm just going to go through a couple of the details. Don't want to be talking your head off, just enjoy the video itself. So I've already applied my primer to my face and my top coat of foundation. So right now I am just adding my contour and I am just like shaping everything up. The lightest highlight, if you're familiar with makeup, and the dark parts are contour. It's important to emphasize these parts of your face for whatever look that you're going for, whether it be natural or like a classy evening look or something like that. I especially highlight around my lips because I feel like sometimes the concealer, like all the makeup and everything, can kind of like make my lips kind of disappear into my face. So I make sure that I highlight around the corners of my lips as well, so that my lips can stand out the way they deserve to. So right now I'm just highlighting the areas on my cheeks so that my cheeks are not defined when I contour. That's just something that I've learned is pretty important because you don't want your cheeks to look too hollowed out. It kind of can make you look like you're starving, and it's not cool. Right now I'm highlighting my eyebrows as well, just so that they can stand out too. I do not fill in my eyebrows on a regular basis just because I don't want too much manipulation on my pores under my eyebrows. Alright, as you can see, I am contouring my cheekbones so that my cheekbones are standing out in their natural way. Also contouring my nose and the bridge of my nose as well. It's just a preference. I don't suggest everyone do this. It just depends on what you got going on. So after I'm done contouring, I go back in and make sure that my highlights are all crispy before I blend. And I also add in my color. So color is important when it comes to color grading your skin and making sure that you get the perfect match. It's best for my skin tone. I have tan undertones and a little bit of red undertones. So what I do is I add both. I put yellow on my highlight spots and I put red on my cheeks. Red doesn't always go with every person of color for their cheeks. It's good to try play around with the different tones of red depending on your melanin scale. So as you can see, I'm putting red on my cheeks. I don't put too much because if you put too much, if you don't have that much red undertones and you put too much, then your skin's going to look red naturally. So just a light little dab before I blend everything in. And then I'm also going to contour my chin because your girl ain't been in the gym every day of her life. So sometimes that Thanksgiving food is going to show through. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and blend everything into my skin and touch up whatever needs to be touched up. I think that when you are blending in your contour and highlight, it's important to either, if you're going to use one sponge, it's important to do the light first and then do the darker colors, make your way around your face. Other than that, I highly suggest using 2 separate blending brushes on every occasion. Just because personally, I don't like how sometimes the dark and the light blends together, and it can kind of like make your makeup look a little funny. So I just prefer a crispier look. But as you can see here, I'm using 1 sponge.
Ayo pain party shiro.
And then the last thing I'm gonna blend are my cheeks, in case I need to add a little more highlight on them underneath all the contour. Alright, now once everything's blended, it's time to apply another layer of primer to your eyelids, because when you first put on primer before, you already put on a foundation. So that primer has already been covered up over it. It's best to apply another layer of primer to your eyelids if you are a person with a darker shade, because you want those colors to pop. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting your time.
Ayo pain party shiro.
Okay, and now I'm going to go in and add some more primer so that I can add another color. And then I grab some of the pink, I put that on the corner of my eyelid and blend that into the red just to make sure that just in that spot it's a little blended. And then I go back in and dab a little more red down so that the red part is still defined itself. It's always important to do that because when in the blending process, sometimes you can blend too much of the eyelid, and you want to make sure that you get that definition in, or else the blending won't work properly. Yeah, I usually tip my head a little bit to the side when I'm doing the glitter, just because I don't want to have glitter underneath my eyes when I go ahead and put my last coat of foundation on. So I tilt my head a little bit because, depending on the brush, that glitter is just going to pop off of your eyelid. And it's important to add multiple layers of glitter. Just going over your eyelid with one layer of glitter is not enough. It's okay to add more than one layer of the glitter on there. Just don't go too crazy and make sure that you keep it clean. If you do have issues with glitter going everywhere and you can't get it off of your face without using more than air, then I highly suggest that you get some Vaseline and reapply highlight to the corner of your eyes so that you can still have that area highlighted without any glitter smudged on there. Okay, so what I did here was I went ahead and added a little bit of white in the corner of my eyelids because I felt like the pink was not standing out from the red enough for me. I really wanted that to blend, so in order to make that a little bit more clean, just had to add a little bit of lighter color to the pink so that it can be a little bit lighter pink. Okay, so now that I'm done with my eyelids, I'm going to go ahead and do my last coat of foundation. As you can see, I'm using 2 different shades to mix in because we're changing seasons, so my skin tone is changing a little bit with the season. I'm not as dark as I was probably like a month ago because of being inside from the cold. So I'm just going to blend that in real well, and you'll see how it blends in pretty well. Like things be looking really dark before you blend it in all the way. So you got to make sure you blend that in properly, or else you're just going to be looking like mud face for the most part. So after I blend it in really well, I make sure I get every crease and whatnot. I go ahead and add primer to my laugh lines. You go ahead and blend it in with your face. And what I did here was I put on my setting spray before I did that. Do not do that. Put on your setting spray after you blend in the primer on your laugh lines. You want to go ahead and put any like glitter aspects you want to do, any details you want to do under your eyes or around your eyes. It's best to do that after your foundation, because if you do that before, then it's just going to blend in with the foundation and you won't be able to see it anymore. What I did was I went in with a pink glitter and then I go in with a gold glitter to emphasize the pink afterwards. It's best to pick lashes according to your lash size and the occasion, because every lash isn't for every look. Throughout the year, I will be doing more looks for the channel, so you can see the different types of lashes and how they affect your looks. Feel free to check out our new Instagram page, All Alpha Lashes, on Instagram, where we will be selling and showing the different looks, as well as this YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe to this.
Ayo, pain, body show.